Are you lying awake at 3 a.m. Googling, what if something goes wrong during birth? Feeling absolutely terrified about labor and completely unprepared for what's coming? You've been told to just trust the process and this is normal. Your body knows what to do. But that's not enough when you're facing the unknown, right? What if in just 5 days you could go from anxious to fearless, from feeling powerless to completely in control, from dreading birth to actually being excited about it? I'm Trish, labor nurse mama, and after 16 years as a high-risk L&D nurse, helping deliver thousands of babies, I know exactly how to flip your biggest birth fears into unshakable confidence. In my free 5 days to a fear-free birth experience, you'll go from the fear of the unknown to completely understanding, from feeling powerless to staying in control, from terrified of the pain to confident in your ability, from worried about trauma to having the real prevention tools, and from having no voice to knowing hospital insider secrets. Join me September 29th through October 3rd, completely free. Register now at labornursemama.com/fearless. Your body was made for this baby. Let me show you how to believe it. Hey mama, welcome to Pregnancy Unpacked. I'm Trish, a labor nurse of 16 years, mom of 7, and your birth bestie. I'm going to be walking you through not just baby bumps and fruit sizes, but the entire identity shift that pregnancy will be for you. Each episode drops every Wednesday, and we're going to unpack what's happening in your body, what to expect, what to do, what's normal, even when it feels extremely weird, and how to actually feel supported emotionally and physically. You're going to hear from me where I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I'm going to be cheering you on along the way. You can follow along each Wednesday because pregnancy deserves more than outdated advice and Google anxiety. Hey mama, welcome back to Pregnancy Unpacked. You're 41 weeks and you're still pregnant. I want you to take a breath. This is not a failure. This does not mean your body failed you. So stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll have a calm, practical plan that you can use tonight and the exact words to say to your provider so you don't get railroaded into an induction unless you want one. And one evidence-based, like little gentle nudge that might start your labor naturally, and it often does within 24 hours. Even if your provider already mentioned induction, even if you're exhausted or you're scared, don't worry. As a labor and delivery nurse for 16 years, a high-risk labor and delivery nurse who's helped thousands of mamas, and I've had over 15,000 moms take my birth classes online. I'll give you the tests that actually matter, the scripts that protect your rights, and the tools to increase your chance of a vaginal birth, whether you start labor naturally or you decide to go for a medical induction. So let's go. Here's my quick roadmap. First, I'm going to explain why the due date isn't a deadline. Then we're going to talk about a safety checklist, what to check right now. Then we're going to talk about 3 real evidence-based nudges you can try. Then the exact provider scripts that keep you in control, and a little screenshot ready 48-hour plan you can use tonight. I'll also tell you how to get my balanced birth induction masterclass, which is normally $97 for $17 with the code POD, P-O-D, at labornursemama.com/induction. It's the full playbook I use with my students, and this is going to help you prepare your body to go into labor or prepare it for a medical induction, because we want it prepared to up your chances for a vaginal birth. First off, let's calm the fear. Here's a fact. Due dates are estimates. They're a statistical average, not a countdown clock. And most first-time moms give birth around 40 weeks and 5 days. So 41 weeks, girl, you're still in the expected range. And your baby's timing is biological, not by a date on a calendar. That's us. That's people. So we're stopping the panic. Panic just makes everything feel worse. I want you to breathe. I want you to take a deep, deep breath. And let's talk about some tests and evidence and not a stinking calendar. So do these 3 things today. 1, we're always watching fetal movement. You want to do the fetal movement counts. You don't want to ignore anything that has to do with fetal movement. That is what tells us that baby's doing okay on the inside. 2, agree to a non-stress test or a BPP, a biophysical profile. This is where the provider can monitor the baby and let us know baby's doing fine. Everything's good. Placenta's not, falling apart, and baby's doing good in there. At the biophysical profile, which is number 3, they're going to check your amniotic fluid. They're going to check the levels. They're going to check the movement. They're going to do all the things to make sure that you can pause and wait and do some gentle nudges. If any of those are concerning, that's when we move faster. And I'm sure if you're past 40 weeks, they're already doing these things, but I want you to understand why they're doing them. They're just making sure baby's doing good in there. Okay. So hospitals have policy, but you have rights. So yes, some stats show a very small risk increase after 41 weeks, but statistics without context are scary, not useful. The real story depends on you, individualized, you, and how are you and your baby doing? We don't make decisions based on a calendar day. For sure. We use test results. We use, is baby moving okay? And share in that decision making. You're not being reckless if your tests look normal. You're being informed. If your tests are normal, these are the things I tell my students and my clients to try. Not magic, but they move the odds. So first, using purposeful movement and positioning, walking, squatting, using a birth ball, doing the mile circuit. Focused movement helps the baby engage. When the baby engages, it pushes pressure onto the cervix, which tells the brain more oxytocin, and it's a nice little cycle. So aim for 3 30 to 45-minute walking sessions every day if you can. Do the mile circuit every day if you can. It's consistent stimulation, not exhaustion, because also rest. Second, controlled nipple stimulation. It releases oxytocin and can start contractions. The safe method that I teach is starting at 38 weeks. So girl, you're past that. You're going to do 15 minutes on each side once a day. And if you start to go in labor or you want to go in labor, you can do a full on blown nipple stimulation induction method, which I teach in the balanced induction class, but don't overdo it. The third thing is membrane sweeps. This is an in-office procedure where the provider will put their fingers in and separate the membranes slightly from the cervix. It's a little uncomfortable, but practice your mindset tools. If you're one of my students, you have it all in the course, but it can increase the chances of labor starting. However, we have found that you need to have 3 in a row. So ask them if they can schedule one every day, 3 days in a row, if best, if not every other day, 3 times in a row. It's less invasive than starting with Pitocin. There's also a bonus nudge that I use with my clients, which I've already been hinting at, and that's the mile circuit. It's a gentle, evidence-informed sequence of movement and positions designed to encourage the baby to engage and stimulate your natural labor beginning without pushing or straining. The mile circuit combines walking, pelvic tilts, lunges, supported squats, and guided breathing in a specific rhythm. And I have a blog post. It's labornursemama.com/miles-circuit. And we'll have it in the show notes as well. And this is going to help you do the sequence, the timing, and part of it is actually resting. So you'll enjoy it. Do the circuit once a day, and this should help your body go into labor as well. But there's some more things in my balanced labor induction class that I can't say on the outside. Words also change the power dynamics. What you're telling yourself matters. So stop saying anything negative. If you start having negative thoughts, I want you to say, no, not today. Like I grew up saying, not today, Satan, right? I want you to change what you're telling yourself. Remind yourself your body knows what to do. It doesn't need our help. You can nudge it, right? But your body really does know what to do. Your body got this baby's heart beating, and your body will start your labor. Okay. And you can ask your provider, have conversations. Don't make emotional decisions. Take a pause, right? let me tell you about Claire. She was told to induce that night because she was post-date. She felt doomed and she was so emotional. She came to our pregnancy hangout. We talked about her NSTs were good. Her BPP was good. She asked for a membrane sweep. She did the mile circuit. She rested and she slept. And at 41 weeks and 2 days, her contractions started on her own. Now, she did a couple of the things also that I teach on the inside, but she later wrote, I almost gave my birthday away because I thought being overdue meant failure. And that breaks my heart. You don't have to feel that way. You can wait on your body, and there's some things you can do to gently nudge. So if this is resonating and you want to learn exactly what I teach inside the Balanced Induction Masterclass, you can grab it at labornursemama.com/induction. Use the code POD, P-O-D. It's normally $97. I think it's on sale for $27 right now, but you can get it for $17 for listening to the podcast. I love y'all so much, and I'm so proud of you. You are 41 weeks, and that is incredible. Incredible. You are a queen. You are an absolute queen. Now, make sure you share this with someone else you know that is sitting there like, oh my God, I'm past my due date. You have got this. Both of you, all of you, you guys are incredible. Your body is incredible. And I am just so proud of you for making this far. Now, guard your mind, put up some boundaries. I know people are sending you messages like, is the baby here yet? Have someone else deal with that. You don't have to deal with that. That is not your problem, okay? You worry about you and this baby, and you don't even have to do all the things. If you just want to rest, that's also fine. Just remember, you always have a right to say no to anyone. You have a right to refuse interventions, but should you need to know. We can refuse everything, but should you? And you can answer that from knowledge, not fear. So if this helped, hit subscribe, leave a review, share it with a friend, or comment below and tell us a little about you. We read every comment if you're watching this on YouTube. Share this with another mama. We love you. Remember, hospitals and doctors have policies, but you have rights. You always have a right. Okay, you guys, you've got this. Rest, do the things, birth like a birth queen. I am so proud of you, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now. Hey mama, just a quick reminder, if you're tired of being anxious about your birth, I've got something for you. Sign up for my free 5 days to a fear-free birth experience starting September 29th, where I'm going to show you exactly how to flip your biggest birth fears into confidence. In just 5 days, you'll go from scared to prepared. With my insider secrets, you'll know as much as I know as a 16-year labor and delivery nurse. Register free at labornursemama.com/fearless or upgrade to VIP for $27, and you're going to get so many extras. It starts September 29th, so register now.